Stop. Before you eat another egg, you need to hear this. I'm Dr. Margaret Chen, and in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how something as simple as eating eggs wrong could be slowly damaging your health after 60. And the scary part? Most seniors have no idea they're doing it. Look, I've been a geriatrician for over 25 years. I've treated thousands of seniors, and I've seen the same heartbreaking pattern over and over again. Wonderful people like you, trying so hard to eat healthy, thinking they're doing everything right, but unknowingly making 5 critical mistakes with eggs that are actually working against them. You know, I don't just treat elderly patients, I'm also watching my own 89-year-old mother navigate these same health challenges. So when I talk to you about staying healthy and independent, this isn't just doctor advice. This is daughter-to-parent, heart-to-heart conversation about the people we love most. As the director of senior health at our medical center, I see about 40 to 50 seniors every single week. And here's what breaks my heart, so many of the health problems I treat could have been prevented with simple knowledge. Little things. Like knowing the right way to eat eggs after 60. Here's the truth, eggs are absolutely wonderful for seniors. They're packed with high-quality protein your muscles need, brain-boosting nutrients to keep your mind sharp, and vitamins that support your immune system. But, and this is a big but, there are 5 specific ways that people over 60 eat eggs that can actually cause serious health problems. Some of these might shock you. One of them could be interfering with your medications right now. Another could be slowly draining your energy without you realizing it. And the third one? Well, it's something 8 out of 10 seniors do every single morning, thinking they're being healthy. But here's the good news, once you know what these 5 dangerous ways are, you can fix them. Today. And the difference it can make to how you feel, your energy levels, even your independence, it's remarkable. So please, don't click away. Don't think I'll watch this later. Your health can't wait, and neither can the people who love you and want to see you thriving for years to come. Stick around till the end to get the full picture. And don't forget to hit the subscribe and like buttons so you never miss more valuable health tips. Now, let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about this. How many of you have been told that eggs are healthy and started eating them every single day for protein? Maybe your doctor mentioned you need more protein as you get older, so you thought, great, I'll have eggs for breakfast. And how many of you switched to just eating egg whites because someone told you they're better for your heart? You know, tossing out those yellow yolks thinking you're doing yourself a favor? I see so many of my patients doing this, and they always look so proud when they tell me about their healthy, egg white breakfasts. Or maybe you're like my patient Robert, who takes 5 different medications every morning and wonders if it really matters when he eats his breakfast. Does it make a difference if I have my eggs before or after my pills, doc? He asked me just last week. Here's the thing, and this is really important. What works perfectly fine for your 30-year-old grandchild doesn't work the same way for your body after 60. I wish someone had told me this when I was younger, but our bodies change in ways we don't always notice. Your digestive system starts working more slowly. Your immune system isn't quite as strong as it used to be. The way your body absorbs medications changes. Even how your liver processes certain foods is different now than it was 20 years ago. And all of these changes, every single one of them, affects how you should be eating eggs. The timing matters now. The way you cook them matters. What you eat them with matters. Even which part of the egg you choose to eat can make the difference between eggs helping you stay strong and healthy, or actually working against your body's needs. Let me tell you about Eleanor. She walked into my office just last month, and I could see the frustration written all over her face. This vibrant 78-year-old grandmother, who used to chase her great-grandkids around the backyard, was exhausted. Bone-deep tired in a way that sleep wasn't fixing. Dr. Chen, she said, I don't understand what's happening to me. I'm doing everything right. I eat those healthy egg whites every morning for protein, just like everyone says. I take all my medications exactly when I'm supposed to. But I feel awful. She told me she was having trouble digesting her food. Her energy was practically non-existent by afternoon. And here's what really worried me. Her recent blood work was showing some changes that had her other doctor concerned. Eleanor was doing what so many of my patients do. She was trying so hard to be healthy, but she was unknowingly sabotaging herself every single morning at breakfast. So I sat down with her, and we went through her entire daily routine, minute by minute. What time she woke up. When she took her medications. Exactly how she prepared her breakfast. What she ate and when. And that's when I discovered it. Eleanor was making 3 critical mistakes with her eggs that were actually undermining everything she was trying to accomplish for her health. 3 simple things that were slowly draining her energy and affecting how her body absorbed her important medications. The beautiful thing is, once we identified these mistakes, Eleanor was willing to make some small changes. And I mean small. We're talking about adjusting the timing of her breakfast by an hour. Changing how she cooked her eggs. And adding back one part of the egg she'd been throwing away. 6 weeks later, Eleanor bounced into my office like a completely different person. I feel like myself again, she told me. She was sleeping through the night. Her digestion was back to normal. Her energy lasted all day long. And when we ran her blood work again, even her other doctor was amazed at the improvement. Now, here's the thing about Eleanor's story, it's not unique. In my practice, I see these exact same egg-eating mistakes over and over again. The same patterns, the same problems, the same unnecessary suffering. And they're all completely preventable once you know what to look for. Now, you might be wondering, Dr. Chen, why is this such a big deal? I've been eating eggs for decades without problems. And that's a fair question. Let me explain what's really happening in your body after 60 that makes this so important. Your body today is not the same body you had at 40 or 50. I know that might sound obvious, but the changes that matter most are the ones you can't see or feel happening. First, your digestive system starts working more slowly. Think of it like an older car, it still gets you where you need to go, but it needs a little more time and the right kind of fuel. Food sits in your stomach longer. Your intestines don't absorb nutrients quite as efficiently as they used to. Second, your immune system becomes more vulnerable. It's still protecting you, but it's not as quick to fight off things like foodborne bacteria. What might have given you a mild stomachache at 35 could put you in the hospital at 75. Third, and this is really important if you're taking medications, the way your body absorbs those medications can be dramatically affected by what you eat and when you eat it. That blood pressure medication or heart medication you depend on? The timing of your breakfast could be making it less effective than it should be. And fourth, your body's ability to handle certain natural compounds in foods decreases. Your liver doesn't process things quite the same way. Your kidneys work a little differently. Even your brain chemistry changes. What this all means is that eating habits that were perfectly fine when you were younger can now cause real problems. Nutrient deficiencies that leave you feeling tired and weak. Digestive issues that make eating uncomfortable. And yes, even dangerous interactions between your food and your medications that could put your health at risk. This isn't about getting old, this is about getting smart about how your body works now so you can feel your absolute best. So now that you understand why your body processes things differently after 60, let me share with you the 5 dangerous ways seniors eat eggs. And I'm starting with the one that worries me most as a doctor. Dangerous way number 1. Taking your eggs with your medications. Now, I know what you're thinking. What's wrong with having breakfast when I take my morning pills? It seems so innocent, doesn't it? You wake up, take your medications with a glass of water, then sit down to a nice breakfast with eggs. That's what most of my patients do. But here's what's happening that you can't see. If you're taking blood thinners like warfarin, and many of my patients are, those egg yolks contain vitamin K. Now, vitamin K isn't bad for you, but it works directly against your blood thinner. One day you're getting the right dose of medication, the next day the egg yolks are making your medication less effective. Your blood could be too thick, putting you at risk for dangerous clots. And if you're taking iron supplements because you're anemic, eating them with eggs is like throwing money down the drain. The proteins in egg whites actually bind to the iron and prevent your body from absorbing it. You think you're taking your iron, but your body isn't getting it. Then there are thyroid medications. These are so sensitive that even the timing of your breakfast can affect whether your medication works properly. I've seen patients whose thyroid levels were all over the place, and it wasn't because their medication wasn't working, it was because of when they were eating their eggs. Here's what you need to do, and this is so simple. Wait at least 2 to 4 hours between taking your important medications and eating eggs. I know that sounds like a long time, but your medications need time to get into your system before food interferes with them. Talk to your pharmacist, they're experts at this stuff. Ask them specifically about your medications and food interactions. Most people don't realize that pharmacists know more about drug interactions than almost anyone. And here's a practical tip that's helped many of my patients: keep a simple medication timing chart on your refrigerator. Write down when you take each medication and when it's safe to eat eggs. It takes the guesswork out of it completely. Now, dangerous way number 2 is something I see in almost every kitchen I visit, and it's breaking my heart because people think they're cooking healthy. High temperature frying of your eggs. I get it. You love the sound of that sizzle when the egg hits the hot pan. Maybe you like your eggs with crispy, brown edges. It feels like you're really cooking, right? But here's what's happening to your eggs when you cook them too hot and too fast. When you heat eggs at high temperatures, and I'm talking about that really hot skillet that makes the eggs bubble and pop, you're actually creating harmful compounds called acrylamides and something called ages. These are not friendly to your body, especially as you get older. They can increase inflammation, and inflammation is behind so many of the health problems I treat in seniors. But here's what really gets me upset. Remember choline? That amazing brain-boosting nutrient in egg yolks that helps with memory and thinking? High heat cooking destroys it. You're literally cooking away one of the best nutrients for keeping your mind sharp. And for your digestive system that's already working a little slower after 60? Those high-heat, rubbery eggs are so much harder to break down. Your stomach has to work overtime, which can leave you feeling uncomfortable and bloated. So what should you do instead? Gentle cooking methods that treat your eggs with respect. Soft-boiled eggs are wonderful. Put your eggs in cool water, bring it to a gentle boil, then reduce the heat and let them cook slowly. Poached eggs are fantastic too, no oil needed, just simmering water. If you want to use the stovetop, keep your heat at medium-low. I tell my patients to think of it like a slow dance instead of a sprint. Your eggs should cook gently, not aggressively. Here's a simple rule: if your eggs are browning or getting crispy edges, your heat is too high. If you can hear a lot of sizzling and popping, turn it down. Your goal is eggs that are set and cooked through, but still tender and easy to digest. And please, avoid burnt or overcooked eggs completely. If your eggs look rubbery or have dark spots, they've been cooked too hard and too hot. Dangerous way number 3 is one that might surprise you, because I know some of you grew up in an era when raw eggs were considered perfectly normal. Eating raw or undercooked eggs. Now, I'm not talking about intentionally drinking raw eggs like some old-time athletes used to do. I'm talking about those runny yolks that many people love, or soft scrambled eggs that are still a bit wet, or even some restaurant foods that use raw eggs without you realizing it. Here's the problem, and this is serious. Your immune system after 60 just isn't as strong as it used to be. What might have given you a minor stomachache at 30 could land you in the hospital at 70. Salmonella bacteria, which can be found in raw eggs, is particularly dangerous for seniors. I've seen healthy, active people become severely ill from food poisoning that a younger person might shake off in a day or two. But there's something else happening that's more subtle, and it relates back to that patient Eleanor I told you about. Raw egg whites contain something called avidin, and avidin blocks your body from absorbing biotin. That's a B vitamin you need for energy and healthy nerve function. If you're eating raw or undercooked eggs regularly, you could literally be creating a vitamin deficiency without knowing it. And here's something most people don't realize: raw eggs can disrupt the beneficial bacteria in your gut. You know, that good bacteria that helps with digestion and supports your immune system? Raw eggs can throw that delicate balance off. So what's the solution? It's actually very simple. Always cook your eggs to 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, you don't need a thermometer, just look at your eggs. Both the white and the yolk should be completely firm, not runny. I know some of you love those soft, runny yolks, but after 60, it's just not worth the risk. A fully cooked yolk is still delicious and much safer for your body. And watch out for hidden raw eggs in foods. Some Caesar dressings, homemade mayonnaise, certain desserts, even some protein smoothies at restaurants might contain raw eggs. When in doubt, ask. Your health is worth asking the question. Now, dangerous way number 4 is exactly what my patient Eleanor was doing, and it's what I see so many well-meaning seniors doing every single day. Only eating egg whites on an empty stomach. Let me guess, someone told you that egg whites are the healthy part and egg yolks are bad for your cholesterol, right? So every morning, you dutifully separate those eggs, toss out the yolks, and eat just the whites. Maybe you even buy those cartons of egg whites thinking you're being so health conscious. And you probably eat them first thing in the morning on an empty stomach because you've heard that protein is good to start your day. It sounds so logical, doesn't it? But here's what's actually happening. Remember that avidin I mentioned in the raw eggs? Well, it's also in cooked egg whites, and when you eat egg whites on an empty stomach, that avidin goes to work blocking your body from absorbing biotin. Biotin is crucial for your energy levels, your nerve function, and even your brain health. This is exactly what was happening to Eleanor. She was unknowingly creating a biotin deficiency that was leaving her exhausted and foggy-minded. But here's the bigger tragedy: you're throwing away the most nutritious part of the egg. That yolk contains choline for your brain, lutein for your eyes, vitamin D for your bones, and so many other nutrients that are especially important as you age. It's like throwing away the engine and keeping the car shell. So what should you do? Eat the whole egg. The entire egg. Stop separating them and stop buying those egg white cartons. And never eat eggs on a completely empty stomach. Have a piece of whole grain toast first, or some fruit. Something to get your digestive system working before the eggs arrive. Now, I know some of you are worried about cholesterol. I understand that concern completely. But here's what the research actually shows. For most people, eating 5 to 7 whole eggs per week is perfectly safe and healthy. The cholesterol in eggs doesn't affect your blood cholesterol the way we used to think it did. If you're still concerned, talk to your doctor about your specific situation. But please don't keep throwing away those nutrient-packed yolks. And now we come to dangerous way number 5, and this one might completely change how you think about breakfast timing. Eating eggs at peak cortisol hours, that's between 6 and 8 in the morning. Now, you might be thinking, Dr. Chen, what in the world is cortisol, and why should I care? Let me explain this in simple terms, because understanding this could make a huge difference in how you feel every day. Cortisol is your body's natural stress hormone, but it's not just about stress. It follows a very specific pattern every single day. It peaks right when you wake up in the morning, usually between 6 and 8 a.m., to help get you up and moving. Think of it as your body's natural alarm clock and energy booster. But here's the problem. When your cortisol is at its highest, it affects how your body processes cholesterol. And eggs, as nutritious as they are, do contain cholesterol. So when you eat eggs right during that morning cortisol surge, you're potentially making it harder for your body to manage cholesterol properly. Plus, your digestive system isn't fully awake yet at 6 or 7 in the morning. It's like asking your stomach to do heavy lifting before it's had its coffee. You might notice you don't feel quite right after breakfast, or you have some digestive discomfort. This could be why. So what's the solution? This might surprise you, but the optimal time to eat eggs is actually in the afternoon, between 2 and 4 p.m. That's when your cortisol levels are naturally lower and your digestive system is fully active and ready to handle protein efficiently. Now, I know that sounds strange because we're so used to thinking of eggs as breakfast food. If you absolutely must have eggs in the morning, at least pair them with fiber-rich foods like oatmeal or whole grain toast. The fiber helps slow down digestion and makes everything easier on your system. And please, avoid eating eggs late in the evening. Your body needs time to digest protein before you sleep, and late-night eggs can actually interfere with getting good, restful sleep. Now, I want to take a moment here and talk to you heart to heart, because I know what you might be feeling right now. You're probably sitting there thinking, oh my goodness, Dr. Chen, I've been doing some of these things wrong for years. How could I have known? And now I have to change everything about how I eat eggs? And I can see some of you might be feeling a little overwhelmed, maybe even frustrated with yourselves. Please don't. After decades of eating one way, the idea of making changes can feel really daunting. I get it. I really do. But here's what I want you to remember, and this is so important: you don't have to change everything at once. You don't need to revolutionize your entire kitchen tomorrow morning. Look, when my own mother needed to make some changes to her eating habits, she felt exactly the same way you might be feeling right now. It's too much, Margaret, she told me. I'm 82 years old. I can't learn new ways to cook now. But you know what I told her, and what I'm telling you? Start with just one thing. Just one. Maybe it's simply cooking your eggs a little differently, turning down the heat and being more gentle with them. Or maybe it's adjusting when you take your medications versus when you eat breakfast. Or perhaps it's just adding the yolk back to your eggs instead of throwing it away. Pick the one change that feels easiest to you and start there. Because here's what I've learned after 25 years of working with seniors: small changes compound into significant health improvements. That one little adjustment you make this week can make you feel noticeably better in just a few weeks. Your health matters. Your energy matters. Your independence matters. And these simple adjustments, these small, manageable changes, can help you maintain your vitality and keep living life on your own terms for years to come. You've taken care of so many people in your life. Now it's time to take care of yourself, one small step at a time. Now, if this video helped you understand eggs better and gave you some practical steps you can take to improve your health, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that like button and subscribe to Elderly Healthcare. You know, every time you like or subscribe, it helps YouTube show this information to more seniors who really need to hear it. And honestly, That's what this is all about for me, making sure people like you have the knowledge to make informed decisions about your health. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Tell me, which of these 5 egg mistakes were you making? Don't be embarrassed about it. Remember, these are things that most people don't know. Maybe you were taking eggs with your medications, or maybe you've been throwing away those nutritious yolks for years. And here's what I'd really love: if you decide to make one of these changes, come back in a few weeks and let me know how you're feeling. Are you sleeping better? Do you have more energy? Is your digestion improved? I read every single comment, and hearing about your progress honestly makes my day. You see, I'm here to help you navigate health concerns with evidence-based, practical advice you can actually trust. No fads, no gimmicks, just real medical knowledge explained in a way that makes sense for your life. Because at the end of the day, you deserve to have all the information you need to make the best choices for your health. And I'm committed to being here to help you do exactly that. Before I let you go, I want to leave you with something really important that I tell every single one of my patients. Remember, it's never too late to optimize your health. Never. I don't care if you're 60, 70, 80, or beyond, your body is still capable of incredible improvements when you give it what it needs. Eggs can be a wonderful, nutritious part of your daily routine when you eat them the right way. They're packed with protein to keep your muscles strong, nutrients to keep your brain sharp, and vitamins to support your immune system. You just needed to know the secrets of how to eat them properly after 60, and now you do. You have the power to make choices today, right now, in fact, that will benefit you for years to come. That's not just doctor talk, that's the truth. Every small, smart decision you make about your health adds up to a better, more vibrant you. Your golden years should be your healthiest years. You've earned the right to feel good, to have energy, to wake up every morning feeling strong and capable. And with small, smart changes like the ones we've talked about today, you're taking control of your well-being in a way that really matters. So take what you've learned today and use it. Start with one change, then another, and watch how much better you begin to feel. Until next time, this is Dr. Chen reminding you to stay healthy, stay informed, and keep thriving.